You got a nomination from President Trump. Now, I've heard of deathbed conversions, but this is the first time I've heard of a nomination conversion.
Yo, Elizabeth Warren tries to pressure Pete Hegseth into mumbling up about his comments he made about women not being in combat roles in the military. My name is Marcus Russell.
Alex W, man.
Yo, this is the Marcus Russell Show. Trumpedo's nomination for Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth stands up for himself after one question that he doesn't even get to answer. Let's get to it.
Senator Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Hegseth, thank you. Thank you for your service. So if you're confirmed as Secretary of Defense, you will oversee our military, including about 250,000 women who currently serve on active duty in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Space Forces, and the Marines. And I have serious concerns that your behavior toward women disqualifies you from serving in this role. Now, I've been trying to get answers from you for quite some time on this. You haven't wanted to meet or to answer any of my questions, so we'll just have to do it here and dive in. I want to pick up on some of the questions asked by Senators Shaheen and Gillibrand and Hirono, and I just want to make sure we have a list of some of the facts that I think are undisputed. I'm not going to talk about anonymous sources. I'm just going to quote you directly. We've got the video. We've got it in print. So going back to January 2013, you told a Fox News interviewer that women in the military simply couldn't measure up to men in the military, saying that allowing women to serve in combat roles would force the military to lower the bar. You picked up on that same theme in 2015, making remarks on Fox News, referring to women in combat as—
Yo, let me pause it. Like, he just means lower the standard. It's just like if I was sparring and I want to be a great boxer, you know what I'm saying? And I was boxing with a woman every day. When I get in the ring with a man,
it's going to be bad.
It's going to be different. He likes to keep the standards high.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling.
It would erode standards. June 2024, you said on Ben Shapiro's podcast, quote, women shouldn't be in combat at all. And then, of course, we've talked about it in 2024. You published a book. And you say on page 26 of your book, we need moms, but not in the military, especially in combat units. Page 48 of your book, you claim that women should not be in combat roles because men are distracted by women. And then 10 weeks ago, you appeared on the Sean Ryan Show and said, I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. Now, I presume you recall making all these statements?
Senator, I'm not familiar with the article you're pointing to in 2013, but it underscores my argument completely, because in that 2013 argument, I was talking about standards.
No,
standards are what it's always been about, Senator.
Let's not have this same fight again.
Always been about Senate
I've quoted
standards.
you directly with—
It's kind of weird when she asks him something, asks him a question, and he just starts to answer, and she
never
cuts him
gets
off.
to answer with her every time. She always busts in. She's
Now,
so disrespectful, man.
It's getting weird because a lot of these people are starting to resign, right?
Right, because they know that Trumpedo is about to get in the office, and everybody that was on these bullcrap committees, they know
the Trump effect's real.
It's real. And you know, if you resign instead of getting fired, then you still get to get all the things
All
like
the
your
benefits.
pension, your 401k. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, that's the safe way. He probably, they might have got a phone call like, you know, I'm going to fire you, so, you know.
Yeah, it's better off to get out of there now. And she's been there. She's been scheming and conniving, you know, for what, 20 years?
20 years. She's been in the same position for 13 years straight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
They need terms for these Senate positions.
I want to know. It's probably a crazy question. Not to get off topic, but you know how Brandon Johnson got to meet with the city and they came out there and they pulled their hearts out. Does that happen to Elizabeth Warren?
No, because I'm sure that she wouldn't have the position that she still was in.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Because true Americans will call her out like we are.
It's about to be over for her though, coming up soon. She was head of that committee, the Patriot Committee.
Exactly.
They're trying to, the oversight committee trying to charge Trump with the January 6th. Right.
Everything at this point.
Right.
They try to charge. Hey, let's keep going. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Let's keep
that
going.
part.
got the video. We're happy to show it. But I want to be clear here. For 12 years, you were quite open about your views, and your views were consistently the same. Women are inferior soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and guardians. And in case anyone missed the point, and these are your words from 10 weeks ago, women absolutely straight up should not be permitted to serve in combat. And I notice on each of these quotes, those are said without qualification. It's not by how much you can lift or how fast you can run. They don't belong in combat, period. Or your words, straight up.
How you feel about that, bro?
I feel like it's one of those things that a lot of people don't want to believe,
I want to talk about.
but they know that there's a possibility of it being true. You know, it's like, hey, are aliens out there? You know what I mean? Like, it's
It's a
something
possibility. You know that
you
it's
see
possible
you see a bunch of
to
wild
be
stuff.
true.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've seen once in
He's
the
so
Olympics.
politically correct. This is how I feel.
Yeah,
I
let me hear
know.
it.
Me personally, and I have 20% of my followers are women.
Yeah,
Shout out to my women subscribers. What's up, y'all? Women are the most amazing creation ever that
exactly.
earth. You are not the same as us, man. Y'all have more genes than us. Genetically, we are different species. You are a higher being. You're connected to the other side of existence. Create life bringers, givers, way smarter than us. But physically, we're not the same. You know what I'm saying? We're not created equally physically. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much weights and protein drinks you drink, women. If I was in a combat position and I ran into like a bunch of women soldiers and they didn't have no guns, pretty sure I'm gonna come out on top of the situation. I'm sorry how that
It's
sounds.
to me though. What I don't want to say unfortunately, but everybody's good at their own thing.
Right.
Now we have to include gender, because males are good at their own thing and females are good at their
That's
own thing, right?
right. That's right.
That's the honest truth about the situation. And for him to go back and want to change what he thought, cool.
That's
But
cool.
but she also went back and changed her heritage. It's almost like it's almost like the View situation where Sonny Hosted found out that her ancestors were slave owners. You know what I mean? Like, come on, hey, if you gotta play devil's advocate at some point,
That
So
part.
make sure you guys hit that subscribe button.
Tell us what you think in the comments,
Yeah,
Show.
please.
And then on November 9th, 2024, just 32 days after your last public comment saying that women absolutely should not be in combat, you declared that, quote, some of our greatest warriors are women, and you support having them serve in combat. Now, that is a very, very big about face in a very, very short period of time. So help me understand, Mr. Hegseth, what extraordinary event happened in that 32-day period that made you change the core values you had expressed for the preceding 12 years?
Senator, again, I very much appreciate you bringing up my comments from 2013 because for me, this issue has always been about standards. And unfortunately, because of some of the people that have been in political power for the last 4 years.
Let's just stop.
Didn't even say anything.
So he literally just tried to come in as polite as he could. He got the answer to the question and immediately. Let's just stop. Let's just stop. I'm telling you guys, the Democratic propaganda that they're trying to push
Acting
is horrible.
ghetto.
It's horrible. Like that. And
Look,
they're everything you don't want to see on the news. Literally.
it's embarrassing, and what they don't understand is the world is watching
Yeah,
this. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be the Secretary of Defense,
exactly.
and he's getting pressed
And
by a career senator.
and he's very close and cool with the guy that could potentially get you out of a job.
Right, somebody that she's been attacking for 4 years already, as is.
Gotta tell
You
you
know,
guys.
but women have been in the military since 1948. Actually, even before that, the women participated in the Civil Wars. Harriet Tubman was a nurse in the Civil War, like I said. In 2015, women were completely integrated into the military. In 1985, they started letting them have different positions as far as, but like in 2015, they was fully integrated and allowed to go into combat. Now, Pete Hegseth just keeps saying over and over again, I don't think that women should be in combat roles.
Exactly.
Like I said, 20% of the U.S. Army is women, 33% of the U.S. Navy. The Navy be doing a lot of computer stuff where it takes smart people to do it,
To
smarter
do, yeah.
women, and women got traditionally smarter. That's just how it is. And he's not saying that I don't want women at all. There's a lot of positions. Women held down the country during a lot of these wars, and held down that y'all are the providers, and we are the
Yeah,
protectors.
that's
Y'all
definitely
don't want
true.
to have to go kill people.
Hey, listen. Make sure you guys hitting that subscribe button because he's going to tell you everything that you need to know. He's going to go back 100 plus
And I
years.
get my facts from Google. And
Yeah.
if Google says it's true, then I don't care if Jesus said it. If Google said it, then it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Facts.
I'll tell you guys. Let's keep going, man.
Let's
Other
just
than
stop right
standards,
there.
lethality, and
Mr.
meritocracy
Hegseth,
have
I'm
driven
quoting
decision-making.
you. I'm quoting you from the podcast. Women shouldn't be in combat at all. Where is the reference to standards? That they should be there if they can carry, if they can run? I don't see that at all, Mr. Hegseth. What I see is that there's a 32-day period in which you suddenly have another description about your views of women in the military. And I just want to know, what changed in the 32 days that the
She's so
song you
funny.
sang is not the song you come in here today to sing?
Look at him. He's
Senator, the
shaking.
concerns I have and the concerns of many have had, especially in ground combat units, is that in pursuit of certain percentages or quotas, standards have been changed. And that makes the combat more
No,
difficult
let me make a
for everybody
suggestion
involved.
about what happened in that 32 days. You got a nomination from President Trump. Now, I've heard
That
of
part.
deathbed conversions, but this is the first time I've heard of a nomination conversion. And I hope you understand that many women serving in the military right now might think that if you can convert so rapidly your long-held and aggressively pursued views in just 32 days, that 32 days after you get confirmed, maybe you'll just reverse those views and go back to the old guy who said straight up, women do not belong in combat.
Is Pete Hegseth qualified to be the Secretary of Defense?
That's a tough question, man, because I think it's going to be a lot of major changes that we're already going to experience through the Trump presidency. You know what I mean?
I
With
like
him in
them
there, it's gonna
bringing
be
in the
different.
new blood. I like bringing in new blood.
Yeah.
He's been in the military. He's very popular as far as in front of the camera. He
Yeah.
knows what to say. I like that he's opinionated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I told you I like them frat boys. I like good old boys. I like people who are stand behind what they say.
Yeah.
Liz tried to attack him on an opinion that he had when he was a newscaster. This opinion he's had like a normal. See, if I have to be politically correct, okay, yeah, maybe they can come in the military. He might switch it up. But
Yeah,
that was his
exactly.
opinion for 13 years straight before he was a part of the government. You know what I'm saying? Check
You
it
gotta
out.
think
Tell me
about it.
what y'all think about
He
it,
was
though.
open to a new world, a different point of view.
I'm sure
So
he's spoken to a lot of different people since his position in this country has changed. He didn't
exactly.
have any type of authority over the military 13 years ago. So he can say whatever he honestly
Anything.
felt. Right.
Yeah.
I hope if I get a position 13 years from now, they'll probably run this back where I said women shouldn't. And I'm going to change up then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I have to. Until then, women, y'all shouldn't be in combat. This is the Marcus
I
Russell
agree.
Show. My name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button.
Out.
Peace.